back to another video of the HTML and CSS web development course. So this is the third video of our portfolio project. In the last two videos we created our main container, we created the second container, we talked a little bit about responsiveness, but we're gonna fix all of that at the end of the video. And in this video we're gonna create our third container. So first thing we're gonna do, we go to index.html. And there we're going to check where the second container stops, and we're going to open up a div class and we're going to call this third container. And we're going to close this. Open it up. Inside we're going to call div class, we're going to call row, close it up as well. So first thing we're going to do, inside the index.css we're going to call dot third container, and what we can do, we can copy the properties of the first container. What you also can do is, instead of copying everything, you could do instead of calling a new class of third container, you could call this first container, so that container also adopts all the changes that you make in the first container class. But I think it's better practice to create different classes for sure. So in index.html, under the .intro image, we're gonna open up a CSS comment and we're gonna call this third container content, and we're gonna close that one up. Okay, perfect. So let's go to the design. So in our design we have 3 unordered lists and we have skills. So first thing we need in this row is, if we want to have it centered, I think you guessed it right, it's gonna be a col -12. Gonna open this up. Inside here we're gonna call an h1 and we're gonna call this skills. And in the h1 we're gonna create a class of skills-h1. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We're gonna save this. Go back here. This looks amazing. As you can see here, maybe I'm the only one who sees this, but I think we have to make the things a little bit more bolder. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna call dot skills h1, and we're gonna give this text align of center. Save this, go back, perfect. This looks really nice, pretty cool. And I need to see something. Font weight bold. I'm not sure if this changes anything. No, it doesn't. We probably already fixed that. Yeah, okay, that's okay. Perfect. Okay. So next thing we're gonna do, we need in the design 1, 2, 3. So we need 3 columns. How does that work? So we're gonna see where the class of row ends. That's over here. We're gonna open a new row. So div class row. Okay, close it. I'm gonna close it up. Oh my god, what's happening? Okay, so open this up. So what we need is, when we divide 12 by 3, it's going to be 4. So we're going to call div class col-4. So what it does, when we call col-4 4 times, I'm going to show you. So we're going to paste this, save it, go back to the website, refresh, inspect element. As you can see, when we open the third container, We open the second row. Now you have like 3 columns inside the container. And if you want to see it a little bit more clearly, you go to grid, and we're gonna comment out the border just to show you. So as you can see, here we have the different columns. As you can see here, in this case 1, 2 and 3. So we're gonna comment that out again because we don't need it. Perfect. So what we're gonna do, inside the first, we're gonna div class. We're gonna call this skill container. Okay, I can open this up. Inside here, we're gonna call UL of class skill list, and inside there we're gonna call list class, and the class is gonna be skill item, and close it. Perfect. Oh, pretty cool. So we're gonna copy this one 5 times, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna type here iOS, iPadOS, watchOS, tvOS, Swift, and last but not least, Objective-C. Okay, we save this, we go back here, and let's check it out. So as you can see, now we have like a really nice unordered list. What we're gonna do, we're gonna copy the whole skill container, and we're gonna paste it in the other column 4s, and we're gonna change the skills. So in this case, HTML and CSS, Bootstrap 4, Angular 7, Angular 7, JavaScript, leave. Last but not least is gonna be React. Okay, and in this case we're gonna call Vapor, Node.js, PostgreSQL, Spring.js, Kitora, and last but not least is Ruby on Rails. Ruby on Rails. Okay, save this, go to the website. Okay, as you can see now, we have like 3 nice columns with really nice lists of the skills we have. So what we're gonna do, we go to index.css. Under the skills h1, we're gonna open up and we're gonna call the dot skill container. Pretty cool. And we're gonna center this, so we're gonna give this a margin dash left of auto, margin dash right of auto. Save both files. Let's see if this works. Let's inspect the element just to make sure. We need the skill container. Okay, as you can see, skill container is margin left and margin right. Okay. And what happens if we give this 100 pixels by 100 pixels? Almost. Gonna call maybe 150 and 150. Not yet. We're gonna call 200 and 200. And this is probably gonna be really nice and centered. Let's check. almost. So 220, 220. Yes, this looks amazing. Of course, this is an issue. This is not how it should be. So we're gonna change that again. We're gonna cut that back to auto. Okay. So after the skill container, we're gonna call the skill list. So dot skill dash list. We're gonna give this a margin. Right of auto. Margin dash left of auto. Margin dash. Don't need that. In the skill container, we're gonna give this a margin dash top of 80 pixels. We're gonna save both files and we're gonna check it on the website, so refresh. Okay. So the problem with ordered list, it's really hard to center, but I'm sure we're gonna figure something out. So we're gonna give the skill list a display block. Let's see what happens when we do that. Not much. Okay. And then we're gonna give this some padding dash left of 150 pixels. Let's see what happens. Okay. But you know what? We're gonna do the 220 as we did before. Oh my god, I did 2000 again, didn't I? Maybe 230. Yes, this looks really nice actually. Okay, so what we're gonna do. Now the fun part. We're gonna call dot skill item. Okay, so we're gonna give this a font weight of bold. We're gonna give this a font size of 20 pixels. Let's see what happens if you make it 20 pixels. Perfect. This looks really nice. So, next thing we're gonna do, and this is gonna be really interesting. This is something I did on our website as well. As you can see, there is a property, it's called list style image. And we go back to index.css, and inside the skill list, we're gonna call list style image of URL. No, it's not URL, it's something else. Oh no, it's URL. Okay. Images and probably coding. And we're gonna put this inside these. Save it. I'm gonna save both. And let's check. Okay. Something went wrong here. This probably needs dash dash. Oh, dot dot. When you add a dot dot, that is that it's gonna call the folder in before. Perfect. Let me show you. So we go to our images. So as you can see, the folder hierarchy, we have the CSS with all the CSS in it, right? And here's the images. So what dot dot does, when you put dot dot, the CSS file knows, okay, I need to check in the folder above me. So in this case, the skeleton project, and in there is the images folder. So dot dot is the main folder dash images coding.png. And as you can see now, we created 3 nice unordered lists with a custom image, pretty cool. And we're gonna give this row a little bit more spacing because it's not. I think it's too low, so too high. So we're gonna give this 140 pixels. Let's Let's see what happens. Maybe a little bit more, huh? 170. Pretty cool. So as you can see now, when we make it smaller, it really gets ugly and it doesn't look really nice. But don't worry, we're gonna fix that everything at the end of the section. So this was actually a short video because we only did like the third container. This was not a lot of work. But what you learned here is like to create a third container. Oh, wait a second. Before we're gonna say goodbye, we're gonna change something. So we go to the skills H1. We're gonna give this a margin dash top of 80 px, and from this one we're gonna make 90. Let's see how this looks. Better, that's much better. So sorry, I just wanted to change that really quick. So go back to the index.html, change the skill container margin top of 90 pixels, and we give the skills dash h1 a margin top of 80 pixels. Okay, so that is nice. So in this video you learned how to use unordered lists again. This is something you learned in the at the beginning of the course, but now you learn something new, and that is the list style image. So with the list style image, you can give your unordered list and even ordered list. You can give them custom images, custom numbers, and everything. It's pretty amazing, pretty cool, and now you know how to do it. So as I said before, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in the next. And in the next video, we're going to create our fourth container, and our fourth container is our portfolio with 2 images and a little bit of information. So let's get started with the next video.